Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crawler Cup. It's me, myself, and I, Kiki, joined alongside Tibbles to bring you some glorious action on Frost Esports here to celebrate a few extra years of League Trolli. How are you doing, Tibbles?
I'm doing great, man. Really excited to cast some elite Rocket League skill set here. A lot of good action coming your way. We have some really good players taking the pitch, and I couldn't be more excited, Kiki.
Absolutely. So basically, Swiss format, it's all what it's all about today. It's gonna be best of threes though, instead of the classic best of five. So could you run them down the Swiss format basically here, Tibbles?
Yeah, sure. So a Swiss format real quick, 5 rounds. Like Kiki said, it'll be a best of 3 for each one instead of a best of 5. Each team needs to win 3 series to move on. So that could be the first 3, it could be 1, 3, and 5, it could be 1, 3, and 4. As soon as you win 3 series, that's when your day is done, which is kind of the beauty of Swiss. So it should be a lot of great matchups here and a lot of pressure on the teams to get through.
Absolutely. Brilliant stuff. And well, in that sort of same sense, we will have that sort of feature where we are able to kind of move it forwards and be able to kind of eventually find out who gets the wins here. And eventually, we should probably get ourselves sorted because we are a little bit behind schedule, but we still have the action set to go any second now. So we should be getting ourselves into the lobby any second now. But in that sort of same sense, any sort of predictions for the first game, because we do have team name and lob, which, you know, doesn't mean much for the actual people that are watching, but the player names is where it's actually at, and it's kind of stacked in the actual kind of portion of the players that are actually running it here. So without further ado, we could just look to take a quick look here, but as you can see, obviously here, a team name filled with Knight, Hazo, and Aqua, and you have Lob here with, you know, a few extra bit of, you know, momentous players, but we are underway. We do get ourselves in the game, and we are finally getting ourselves some Rocket League action.
Yeah, like you said, some really important names here. CRL, RLCS, I mean, these players have the accolades, and that's kind of why we are so excited to cover this first match in the Swiss here, Kiki. I mean, these teams are just fantastic, and looking to take it forward here. Team name, that's the Knights team on that side. They'll be on the blue, and for Lob, that'll be the orange team over here. Nice little reset from Knight. Oath with a save across the goal here. Hockey to follow up. We know a lot of these players have experience with each other as well in CRL. I know, you know, Hockey, Adam, Oath, Knight, these players have all seen each other before, and of course this is just yet another matchup. What a save from Adam off the shot from Hazo there.
Gorgeous, able to kind of capitalize on the mistake. There could be a mistake here. Open net found! And that's a beautiful one to start us off with here. Team name able to capitalize, and Akua able to finally find that prowling ball in an open net. A bit of a rounds of kind of that rotation from Lob, but it does get the first goal on the board.
Yeah, and for Lob, I mean, they just didn't have the pressure. You could see they were scrambling to get across. This will be another one for team name, for Knight's team. I don't know what happened here. It looked like an own goal, but a bit of a baffling play from Lob here.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one, and well, Knight gets themselves on the board, so Aqua and Knight so far the scorers. Hazo, the one left to complete that sort of team hat-trick, the one that we all love, but we are finally able to get ourselves in that sort of action where one team is asserting dominance, the other so far still trying to find their footing. Great demos on the backline here. Hazo able to take some extra control, up the wall we go. Is he able to find anything against this? A 50 only so far, and Aqua trying to deal with it, but the bump is there, so is the shot. The placement is ridiculous, but that is just amazing.
Yeah, what a follow from Adam there as well. Didn't touch the ball, but he didn't need to. He knew his teammate Oath was coming in for that follow-up shot or some kind of follow-up touch, and jumped over the defender, got the all-important bump on a different defender, and allowed that passage of play to happen. And that's a position that Adam really excels in. It's just setting up their teammates as well. Not the most flashy player, Hockey not either, but looking for a really nice shot here. Oath will carry up on this one as well. Plenty of boost, 2 defenders though, and they're gonna be able to cover that shot well.
Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous Knight looking for the shot as well. The demo could have cost them, but they do make that save happen, and now they are away trying to find that sort of possession that they do try to get. In the midfield, they're just kind of shut out. They just simply cannot find their footing. Aqua looking for that infield pass, can't quite find it. And Aqua, such a prominent name that was early on in the later stages of the COVID era, and now it's kind of just like a seasoned veteran in that sort of same sense, still trying to find their footing. And Hazo looking to kind of find that 50, trying to get this one right away, but Knight has other ideas. So far, a bit of an even matchup later on throughout the game. Team name started off really good. Lob able to answer quickly and even get some aggression going down the other end.
Yeah, Lob not looking like they're going to give up here. I mean, that'll just be in off the post and a soft shot in the near post there. Aqua just trying to come up on the backside off the back post there, but just can't get there in time. And again, I mean, easy comeback here for Lob, and that's kind of what I was going to say, Kiki, is that they just look like they're still in the game. You know, they still had the lead for team name, but it still looks like Adam and company still have it. What a save forced out from Oath, though, to keep that score intact.
Oh, beautiful way to kind of work this one around, and Aqua looking to kind of keep this danger zone happening, but the equalizer found, and it does mean that some pressure is put on the other side as well. Aqua looking for that extra momentum to just kind of get that goal back, get that lead back into their favor. Hazo trying to take it over, crossbar denies though, and that's a simple clear for Moth. They're gonna have to look to go down the other end and see what they can find in the meantime. Great bump, but not enough to make a goal open up.
Yeah, and Aqua trying something there. I mean, you mentioned them earlier. I do want to talk about that a little bit because you're right. That Aqua was really one of the premier names in the Rocket League scene. I mean, there was so much hype behind that player and when they were younger, similar to Scrubkilla. But of course, unfortunately didn't find that success that maybe a lot of people expected them to have. But tournaments like this, there are plenty of money to be won. Again, this is a 10K prize pool tournament. Of course, this is only the beginning, right? This is day one, the Swiss stage. You want to get through it the best that you can and qualify in those 3 rounds. But, you know, that is something to consider moving forward. Hockey moving forward, though, bottom left finds the goal.
And well, the game has turned on its head. Absolute kind of courageous move to just completely 50 that one into the corner for Nove. Hockey able to kind of take advantage of that chaos, and as we have seen scenes unfold, Lob has kind of completed the comeback and they are looking for even more.
That they are. Adam coming across, and Knight was already in that upper midfield in the air there. You come to expect that from these types of players. Oath, a back flip from Hockey, knowing they wouldn't get to that one. Actually pinches over their head as well. Oath getting the bump on Knight, just disrupting their play for team name there. Oath, a wonderful pass to get the counterattack. Receives it on the right, puts it right as well. Defenders cannot get back, and that's a fourth.
Wow, Lob just being able to put up so many numbers over and over again. I mean, I thought this was going to be a simple runaway for team name. Aqua and Knight starting us off early, but what a way to come back from Lob. Beautiful way to just kind of break the monotony and be able to kind of just work around the actual specialties they have, that they possess. And it will be that sort of individualities that might look to cost team name. They need to turn this into a team game if they want to turn this one around as soon as possible.
That they do. 4-2 here, about 40 seconds left, and yeah, either team could be in it, but I've seen a lot from Lob, which I'm really impressed by. I think they could be one of the teams to go further in this such a prominent tournament here. 30 seconds left. Once again, could be another one. Save forced out from Hazo here. Oath up for it fast, down to Adam. I love that pass. Maybe one back for Oath. Hockey up again, looking for the fake. Aquas barely get there with no boost in the tank. And every single second here, Kiki, is just another, you know, more progress towards that game one for Lob here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it gives them that sort of win in the back, especially with that 2-goal lead. You know, you're going into the changing rooms and being like, okay, simple as we had a good game, we analyzed the opposition's weaknesses, we absolutely used it against them, and now you're gonna have to kind of recover here if you're team name, and you're gonna have to kind of think about what to actually do to bring things back the way they were. So genuinely, I have to wonder, how are they gonna be, you know, moving forwards here to capitalize on the sort of problems that they have encountered. It's gonna be interesting to see how they are gonna just, you know, come back into it, but play like they did in the first minute, not the actual last tour, because that's the best of team name we've seen. Ever since, it's been silence.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, it's funny because I was through that. I was kind of thinking, oh, you know, Knight is doing really well. They had a really good game. But at least for Aqua, I'm looking for more from them. I'm looking for more mechanics, a little bit more of an impact in the game there, because I felt like for Lob, they just had that teamwork. They had that chemistry. They were covering each other well. I think for Team Name, they may be relying a little bit more on Aqua to have those kind of plays, to get solo plays across, to really lead their team forward. And they needed that X factor. They needed some kind of energy there in game one. We're able to score a couple goals, but they're going to be looking to regain that magic going into game two.
All right, and well, speaking of as well, this is a best of 3, so you don't have as many chances as you usually used to in that same regard. So whenever it does take place to kind of be at your best and not get that sweep against you, it will require a lot of mental resilience. You have lost to a team, you're about to play them again, you just gotta take it in and realize what went wrong, what went right, and how are we actually gonna change it and turn it into our favor. Here we go then, game number 2 on the way to see what we can do to start ourselves off here, and I believe Lob have something to say, and the lead is theirs first.
Kiki, you ask, what can we start off with? Adam is saying bet. I mean, look at me score. Defense for Team Name, nowhere to be found. There's 1 in the corner and 2 on the retreat as well, I believe. But 3 seconds in, Lob will make their first mark here, again in game 2. Such an important point, like you said, this is a best of 3 for each round, guys, so only 2 wins in the game needed for each series. Oath now will take it long over the defensive Team Name here, looking for that little bit of a touch. No reset, not directly on their car. Aqua to bring it forward. Once again, I'm looking for that X Factor from them. Off the extension, the shot coming through. Oath will pick up, back the other way for Lob.
Oh, now they're looking for a little bit more pressure, and so far it has to be mentioned that Lob has had 5 unanswered. They're looking for 6, but still, Team Name, Aqua, Hazo, Knight, none of them here have any sort of response just yet. They have to wait a little while longer to figure out what to do in this sort of scenario. Oath is trying their best to just kind of keep them at bay, keep the clean sheet alive, but look at the pressure mounting here, coming through over and over again. Haki looking to kind of get that sort of position around Adam to kind of get the second ball, even the follow-up ball, any sort of rebound, and it's just not happening just yet.
Aqua coming in for that shot. That was almost a really big bump. Haki getting bumped away, shot not saved because of it, but I just feel like for Team Name, they're just too one-dimensional. They're too flat-footed or flat-wheeled, you could say, for Lob. What a save from Oath, forced out there. Team Name finally getting some offense, actually, 90 seconds into this game, too. But, yeah, as I was saying, I mean, Lob, they just feel like they have that pressure. They have the depth that they need to. Knight looking for this one. They need to get a second touch. Hazo is crashing the net there. Oath will take over on this one, up to the ceiling. Can they get another touch? And down, saved away by the defense once again. But still looking for that answer here for Team Name.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oath though, happy to kind of get that 50, and now you need Team Name to kind of get that reply as you mentioned, but look at this pass, gorgeous towards Oath. Can he look to keep this sort of pressure going? There's gonna be a follow-up from Hockey as well, but there's simply no response just yet. Wait a moment! Coming in from the skies, finding the dunk, Adam able to respond immediately.
And that's why the team works so well. I mean, just look at that beautiful pop off the reset from Oath there. Hockey to follow up off the backboard as well. And Adam, he could have, turned around, retreated, gone back on defense, played it safe, but didn't recognize the danger that they had, the opportunity that they had, and that his teammates weren't in complete no man's land. They were able to recover if they needed to, and made that decision to go, and they get the goal for it. That's what could carry them through. Knight just popping this one up. What a shot from Hazo to be flexible and get that one around the defenders.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, able to finally find the reply. A little bit long, 6 without reply in total throughout the series, but I think this might be the goal from Hazo, the redirect to kind of find themselves back into it and back online in that same sense. Let's see if they can finally get the push that they needed to finally kind of answer. We want this series to go in a little bit of a longitude because, honestly, I have a feeling that Team Name have not really been themselves from the start of this series.
Yeah, they really haven't. Again, I mean, we've seen some brilliant plays from them, some really solid defensive plays as well. We're seeing one right now as well. Hazo on the backboard, just waiting for that one, and Hockey still trying to crash the net, coming through for a pinch, not getting bumped away, and Adam is third man, comfortable making that save over Aqua again. And look at how they're disrupting Aqua there, not letting any kind of air dribble come through, because I have to believe that unless Team Name pulls something else out of their hat, that's when they're the most dangerous, is when Aqua has boost and the ball, like right here, looking for that pass middle. Knight is there, it's off target though, and everything is just so slow and debilitating here for Team Name. They need to speed things up.
Yeah, absolutely. They still have plenty of time, 90-something seconds on the clock. Adam able to make that save simple over to Oath, and look at the amount of control they're able to secure, and not just control, time is off the clock as well with that control. So you have to wonder how much time Team Name truly have, considering the fact that Lob is able to shave off so much more, even though Hazo able to get some control, trying to get that one in field, can't quite clip it around, and it will be Hockey's possession here. Gorgeous 50, some wall dashes to keep up with the pace, but ultimately, possession finally thwarted. They're trying to break out their own half. It's not gonna happen. It's just gonna jump in. It's gonna be under the crossbar, but regardless, that one should have never gone in.
It just shouldn't have. I mean, Hazo just flying towards that ball, knowing they had to get the 50, any kind of touch, any kind of disruption on the shot, and it's got to be so frustrating for Team Name right now because they have the pieces, they just can't put them together. I mean, they've had opportunities, but just don't have anyone there to take advantage. That pass wasn't quite right, and I feel like that's kind of the theme of the story here for the series for Team Name, is just things weren't quite right. And unfortunately, Rocket League, those fine margins will do you in. 45 seconds to make it happen. Aqua needed that second touch off the reset. Coming through with Oath up the corner, defensive stand here for Lob. That's when they're really at their best, if I have to say so myself. Adam, Hockey, and Oath, excuse me, are just masterclasses at locking that defensive side down.
Absolutely. It felt like they had a rough start at the early beginnings of game one, but they have completely changed their sort of posture after that, and they just had them on lock over and over again. Aqua not able to break through, Knight trying their best. Hazo simply hasn't had the room to work with, and it has been just a simple lockout from Lob to be able to take down game number one, game number two as well, as they secure themselves a pretty comfortable series.
Yeah, winning that best of three with style as well. A sweep coming through in round one. And I will make a slight correction on what we had said earlier, is that, you know, this will be 5 rounds of Swiss still, but it'll actually be 4 rounds that you need to win to go through. And so, yeah, that's one, you know, 1 of 4, round 1 in the bag. And I think that's a really important game for them to win, because Team Name is definitely not a roster to sleep on.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an amazing sort of, you know, capitalization of momentum, and it will be the standard Swiss. There was a bit of a mix-up, so basically there was talks about making this a 7-round Swiss stage for best of 3, but ultimately it ended up being 5 rounds, so that's where they were thinking there was a 4 out of 7 win rate necessity, but they've changed it back to the 3 out of 5, the standard Swiss format we all know in Rocket League and love. So we are all good in that sort of same sense, and ultimately a win is a win, and they are going to be happy to take it. But as Swiss works, we have to wait for the others to finish to actually continue onwards for the actual Swiss stage. So we will take a very short break while we start the next game, and we'll wait for the results. Be right back.
my hand if you dare to stay. Feel the rush, take my breath away. If we fall, then we fall in flames. One more time, here we go again. Under the lights, we are transcending gravity. Pulse the rhythm like stars, we're never ending. We burn so bright, baby, the town is getting closer. Come near before it's over, we shine like supernovas. Under the lights, we are transcending gravity. Pulse the rhythm like stars, we're never ending. We burn so bright, baby, If I change, if I if I change, please come back. If I change, please come back. If I change my ways, if I change my ways, please come back. If I change my ways,
a little higher.
Round 1 complete, round 2 upon us as well, and well, it was a spectacular one to see. I mean, I thought that one might even go to game 3. You all said it yourself as well, Tibby. You thought that it might go into an easy game 3 there, but unfortunately, seems Aqua and the boys ran out of bit of juice there at the end, and well, they found themselves on the other end of a sweep there, Tibbles.
Yeah, on the losing end of a sweep, and you know, like you said, I expected those teams to be a little bit more even than they were, but I think Hockey's squad did really well. I think Hockey and Adam and their team worked really well. They had the chemistry, they had the pressure, and took advantage of what they were given. So, you know, I expect them, like I said in that series, I expect them to go far. But next up, we have an equally good series here, Kiki. Kazekami and Pyrex will be taking the field here for round 2, and both teams have some superstars on there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're starting off with just mentioning Lunar in a general sort of sense. The APAC prodigy who's, you know, been their import for a while. He's also won it on a few occasions as well throughout the actual qualifiers, and he made a stellar performance there. Meanwhile, on the other end, you have plenty of solid names like Scythe, for example. An easy mention of Scythe doesn't go astray, and well, he's always meant to kind of, you know, make that sort of early mark wherever he is in that sort of same sense. Kevin and Nightya as well on that sort of team as well, so it's gonna be a very interesting and, you know, solid matchup to kind of have to start us off here with. And well, considering to see how the actual first round matchups ended, we'll have a look at that any second now. But just to kind of keep up with the team names and stuff like that and the actual game, we are ready to get ourselves underway finally once more.
That we are. And for the side of Kazekami, you'll see Kevin Knight, and that is Scythe making their appearance as a Bible verse this time around. So yeah, just have that in the back of your mind, that is Scythe taking the pitch there for Kazekami on the blue side, I should say, and Pyrex in the orange. Mystical to carry that one into the midfield for Scythe. They'll pick it up here. Plenty of boost to go for that air dribble as well. Nice little reset over one defender, almost over two. Will intercept on that one. To the wall for Swaz. Nice little pass, well, from Lunar, I believe. And similar to last series, I'm kind of expecting a standout performance from Lunar here. We talked about them. And again, being one of the prodigies for RLCS, being rumored to go to this team and, you know, that professional, that tier A, you know, S tier org, didn't quite work out that way. But again, here to take the game by storm in the air dribble as well. Looking for that reset, doesn't quite have it, goes for the musty, but too high up and the defense has it.
Oh, amazing way to kind of keep a hold of the possession here for the time being. It will be Isaiah to try to kind of maybe make it work on the other end as well. So Scythe unable to kind of make that work for the time being. It will be a one down the other way as Swaz looking for a bit of extra curve around the actual ball, unable to, and it will just be a tussle of possession in the midfield for the time being. Swaz again on top of it gets that 50, but not much more after the pinch actually. So Kevin will just resume control here. It's gonna be one towards Scythe, unable to get to it. It's a little bit too low to kind of get that one around it, and maybe even a shot on target. So far, an even game we've got here.
Yeah, some nice pressure from Pyrex there. I think they're doing a really good job of trying to rule this midfield. Nice little pass from Scythe to Kevin. That shot is just on as well. Right side of the goal. The defense caught flat-footed, trying to reverse, but can't get there.
Oh, wow, a little bit of an unfortunate event there in terms of the defense. It rotates a little bit too slow and already capitalized upon. Kazekami able to put the shots where they matter. Beautiful passing play as well to keep it at that. And now they're going to have to wait a little bit longer before they have to respond, or maybe not at all. Lunar finds the goal, and Lunar is able to capitalize off of a very beautiful pass from the backlines.
Off the kickoff as well, and it's really not surprising knowing how aggressive Lunar's playstyle can be, but goes for the kickoff, right? Goes forward into the enemy half and receives that pass, puts it away, no problems at all. And the instant response, like you said, from Pyrex here tonight, having to make a save on the backboard there. Kind of a wild bounce for Mystical. Nice little pass down to Lunar, shot on target, forced a double commit out from Kazekami here, back to the middle once again. This, you know, suffering pressure from Pyrex here is really making it tough for Kazakami. Nothing trying to get that one down. The dunk almost came through. Scythe looking to come at them once again. Kevin might have a shot as well. One on the backboard. Lunar to take it away. Dies for their troubles, but Pyrex are keeping it together against this, pestering, persistent Kazakami offense.
Yeah, true. It's a little bit of an unfortunate state of events there. It will be a 1-1 scoreline to keep them at it. There was a 50 there in the making though. Mystical able to kind of get this one in that sort of sense for a 50. Unable to kind of fully commit to it though. Knight looking for that infield pass. Scythe able to receive it for the time being, but it will be a simple clear. And so far, it will be a stalemate between the two teams though. Mystical able to do some fancy magic there on the back line. Not quite able to convert it ultimately, but still good enough to add to the pressure there. Wasting the boost, being able to get those bumps as well during the rotate. And now we will have a bit more time before we find ourselves potentially another goal. And I'm not sure if the defenders of Kazakami bumped each other in net, but it was good enough for Luna to score again.
Oh, and that's so unfortunate for Knight as well. Goes over the ball, tries to come down, and just grazes the top. And, when I saw two players there for Pyrex, I thought, okay, no way this doesn't go in the back of the net. No way they don't score this. And then I saw someone streaking by. They almost didn't score it as well, and I was not expecting it to unfold in that way. But either way, a second goal for Pyrex here in game one. Kind of against the run of play, if I have to say so myself. Knight very awkward here. The lone defender back over to Scythe as well. Long clear out for Lunar to receive. Again off the wall. Actually passed another one as well. Kevin having to make a save to the corner there. Mystical to pick it up. It looks like for possession, Pyrex is just all over the pitch right now. Trying to make it awkward for Kazakami. It's still in their corner as well. Mystical will pick it up once again. Pass to Lunar. It was a little bit too far behind him. He had to stop for it. Back to Swaz again. And just keeping it here in the midfield against Kazakami.
Yeah, and now Mystical is going to have to work kind of around this ball here because Knight is not going to give him the space. They need that goal quick. 50 seconds on the clock, not much time left to work with, and you really need to hustle here. They will be Swaz to kind of just get that early fake on, but there's not much boost remaining for the members of Pyro. Oh, it seems like Pyrex are just kind of lacking that midfield presence so far, and Kazakami are trying to make advantage of it. But beautiful touches from Mystical are buying so much time for their team to get boost, and look at the boost percentages there. They're all full. They're happy to defend this with all their might as Luna gets bumped away, but still no threat to be found.
And a really nice read from Kazakami there. Scythe getting bumped away by the defender. Coming in once again, Kevin trying to get that soft touch and get a follow-up, but just too floaty for that possibility. Knight here looking again, getting at 50 as well, coming through for Scythe, bumping away that defender. Can they put a shot in? It could be top right. It will be when it matters most, when they need a goal the most. 2 seconds left, it's 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, he finds the equalizer. It's not a buzzer beater, but Kevin, beautiful rocket down the other end. Knight, I believe, was just looking to kind of stop anyone from trying to save that one, find the bump. Doesn't matter. Two's across the board. 2 seconds to overtime. Or will we see some late drama? Kickoff strategy that doesn't really meet the sky in time, as overtime is upon us for the first time today.
And it'll be interesting to see how Kazakami can use this overtime, because Pyrex was just so possessive of that regulation game time there with the ball. Can Kazakami reset a little bit? Maybe get that first goal to take us out of golden goal overtime here. Stays in the midfield. Knight trying to make it awkward for them. Comes across the goal. Kevin leaving that one. Flick from Lunar. Tries to get over Knight. Back in the midfield. Just returning that one. Does give an opportunity to Pyrex to get one forward, but also gives space to Kazakami here. Coming back. It's all it takes is a pinch to get that back into the midfield. A Mystical awkward. Lunar awkward as well. Kazakami really could push their luck here. They need to get something through.
Oh, Mystical. He's looking for the flip reset, but it's a little bit too low. It's gonna get challenged early by Scythe. It will be Swaz looking to kind of get that one in field. Knight able to challenge early as well. Lunar just pops it out, looking for a potential chance from Mystical. Mystical, a touch onwards, but not enough to make it worth anything, actually, in that sort of offensive sense of a goal. It will be just a reset here as they're looking into the corner. They're looking to kind of get this ball out of the danger zone. Mystical can't quite capitalize on that one as he's lacking the boost to do so. The tank empty almost, but now he has room to work with. A 50 could have looked to set up someone. Lunar just taking an early shot, saved away. Another looking to come forward, but there is not enough power behind it. Kevin makes the save, and so far, Kazakami stay alive.
And Kazakami's spacing is really a credit to them. It's kind of why they're still in this, if I had to say so, and make an opinion on it. I think their spacing is really good. They're covering these shots well. Pyrex, I actually wouldn't say their spacing is as good, but they just have that constant pressure. They have someone following up on the ball every time that they need to. Mystical just has a clear all the way downfield. Lunar for the redirect. Once again, a save forced out from Scythe there as well. Lunar, a little fake in the midfield. Knight will take it, tries to go over. We'll go straight up to the ceiling. Scythe to follow up on this one again. 50 once again to the ceiling. This ball is up and down, up and down. So much boost being used, and as we cross 2 minutes on the clock, Lunar trying to get something going.
Yeah, 50 founder from Kevin, able to kind of at least keep this one at bay for the time being. Great 50 and bump by Scythe, enabling Knight to get some extra room. Going underneath, good 50. Can he get the second? Not quite. He would have caught the defender off guard, absolutely. Mystical would have had no chance of reaching that one again. Scythe, though, able to work off of that bump, looking for the double as well. Denied once more. So much pressure from Kazakami, able to kind of work off of that spacing, as you've mentioned. And what's been keeping them in it has also made them a threat so far towards Pyrex here.
And it's really good to see that vision for Scythe here. I mean, you could almost see what they were lining up, what they were trying to plan, what they were trying to execute. They didn't quite work out, but they need something here. They needed something. Scythe with that save. Kevin will take over, but you can see the confidence start to form here for Kazakami. They need to carry that through to take game one here. Still in the corner. 3 minutes of overtime play here now. Mystical trying to carry this one out. Does well to get to the midfield, actually. Past Knight. Lunar is only the clear, only as far as Lunar there. Swaz will pick it up once again, looking for that second touch. The redirect coming through. Out for Knight, will miss that one. Mystical to get one through. You know, Kazakami's looking to break here. Pyrex for the shot. They break through. The cracks were starting to form, and they take advantage.
Amazing work done there, and they were able to finally find themselves an answer through this defense of amazing spacing from Kazakami. It took a little bit of extra time to make it happen, but in the end, it's a bit of a bad feeling here for Kazakami because they scored that late equalizer, and ultimately it wasn't enough to get over the line. But that is only game one, Tibbles. They still have a full series to play, you know, one more, and you can potentially find an equalizer easy, send yourself to decide the game here.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely not over. It's best of three. You know, you went down in game one, but there is a lot of momentum that you gain winning in overtime, especially when it's a long overtime. 3 minutes is a long time over the regulation play, and to take that kind of momentum in it as well, you know, it wasn't like it was unexpected. Like I said, you know, as that was unfolding, you could kind of see where the cracks were starting to form. You know, they didn't have a player on the ball in this moment. You know, this ball went farther than it should have, and they were forced to make a drastic clear that put them out of position, or forced out a double commit, or is just in an awkward spot. For Pyrex, they were pressing those advantages hard, and that's what it took. It took that kind of play to win in game one overtime. So I'm expecting this to go to game three. Game two, I'm hoping Kazakami, I know they can, but I'm hoping to see an appropriate response from them.
Yeah, we're expecting to see some sort of, you know, positional just masterclass from them, because they have deserved it in that sort of same sense where they were able to kind of just beautifully position themselves around to get themselves on top over and over again when it was necessary. But ultimately enough, it was gonna be a simple way of just, you know, making your way around the ball, being able to be at the right position at the right time, and ultimately that's really enough to win you a game of Rocket League. If you have your mechanics at a solid enough level where you're able to keep up, recover in time, and similar stuff, you just need to get that positional awareness on top, and you will be able to win your games just based off of that. Right place, right time, and you'll catch the team off guard over and over again, which Kazakami have been trying to do over and over again. We'll just have a quick lobby reset because the previous lobby has crashed, so we will need a quick second to get back into it, but it does give some time to Kazakami to kind of talk about things here and kind of figure out what they can do to get themselves back underway. And speaking of back underway, we are finally able to find that. Here we go. Pyrex, could they look to close and convert off of the second game immediately here at Utopia? Maybe, just maybe, is an understatement.
Yeah, Lunar didn't even let you finish your question.
Nope.
Before he gave you an answer. I think Pyrex are more than ready to take advantage of this game too and go through in a sweep, but Kazakami, I hope, will not make it that easy for them. Kevin, on the kickoff here. Actually does win it. Lunar to pick it up. And once again, I said last game, you know, they did win game 1. But again, I'm looking for Lunar to step up. I think, you know, they did well last game. But I didn't see that X factor that I'm usually looking for from these standout players as well. Back in the corner for Kazakami now. Kevin will follow that one across the field there. Knight with a nice little dunk. No boost. Actually gets a really good flick towards that backboard. Immediately cleared by Swaz. Mystical to pick this one up again. This is where Pyrex can be dangerous here. That one's just floating. Scythe needs to get it away. Lunar's up already. It's just floating in front of their net. Knight to get one touch. But is there any crash from Pyrex here? It's a miss as well. Mystical. The ball is going so slow, but they can't get it through.
Yeah, the wifties are happening over and over again. They really can't get their heads around it. How do they make it work? And speaking of standout players, I also have to point out Lunar in the same factor. Yeah, he wasn't really creating the chances, but out of the 4 goals that Pyrex scored, he scored all of them. So in that sort of sense of a goal scorer, he is bringing the sort of pace that I've been expecting from him. Although I'd love to see a bit more from his side. Kevin with the fake, he backflips in the end to break the axles, sends him to the hospital early to get himself the equalizer. My God.
I'm just sitting here with my face in my hands. I mean, you could just tell, like, as soon as it went upward, I'm like, the defender probably has a good chance of getting this. But that fake was just absurd. I mean, what a play to break through as well. I love the mind games coming through. They can be so effective. Kazakami here will respond in style in this series too. Now Scythe could maybe even be more stylish. Looking for that bump. Lunar coming through as that backline defender. Needed to make a stop and does. Kevin to follow up on it as well. I think even had the angle. Scythe coming through. Kazakami trying to press this advantage as much as possible. Have all 3 in that side of the field there. Swaz and Mystical double commit coming out. It's a really nice clear, but immediately returned by Scythe.
Oh, looking for that sort of pinch here. I thought there was going to be a pinch right there. Side the pass instead. The shot was not good enough to kind of make its way to the back of the net's post and out. And they're going to have to look to work this one down the other end here. All 3 players from Pyrex just sticking around that ball, being able to just kind of muscle it past. And finally, with some positional awareness, they're able to finally break free. Knight, great 50 to deny that sort of pass coming in field. Good demos as well to buy your team some time and get your reset on board. Kevin will be the one to kind of work himself around the ball to potentially, just maybe, find himself an opening there, but not going to be able to. The fake is found, so is the shot. It's a little bit wide. Open net maybe should have been converted. That is very debatable. They will look to reset the ball and get it down the other end as Swaz is able to get it past one, leave it over for a shot, saved away. The pressure from Pyrex is piling, but Kazakami have every answer to every shot.
Yeah, I thought Swaz would have a quick follow-up there, but it was actually backwards. What a save from Scythe off their own crossbar there. And it was kind of a nice little mini battle there because for most players, you know, they don't have boost all the time. They don't have full boost. You don't see that on every single player of the team. But we saw that with both teams at full boost, looking for this battle coming through. Pyrex time and time again have been knocking on that door and Kazakami not letting them in. Lunar, once again, faking pass 1. Can they get a pass to the middle? No pinch off the side, the corner of their car there. Mystical to pick it up once again. All 3 defenders that has their attention here. Swaz will pick it up, looking for the slow burn and down. Swaz to score it and take the lead.
I mean, it felt like that one was destined to go over the line, knocking on the door over and over again for the last minute. So much pressure and finally just muscling it in. Swaz getting his name on the board for the first time throughout the series. And my oh my, isn't an impactful one. 2-1 to take the lead. And a bit of a kickoff play here. Passing play as well, but it's read early by Kevin. Stops it in its tracks and it denies a potential second goal back-to-back in that sort of 2-goal cushion potential.
And I think it's the boost issue coming through for Kazakami. That save would have happened, but the defender was just not there in time because of no boost. And, you know, that is a real factor. It's not an excuse per se, but I think it's something Kazakami have to watch here because this is game 2. Of course, Pyrex on match point here. They are a goal down. Lunar looking for that pinch off the wall. Kevin will actually pick it up. It's a nice height for them. Coming through, second touch as well. Lunar actually missing that one. Scythe with the follow-up as well. Knight in the corner, 2 defenders to contend with. Coming through, Pyrex got away with one there. I don't know how that's not in the goal.
Yeah, that feels like it's a daylight robbery for them. Kevin is gonna have to work around to just kind of get this one back on the other way. They cannot afford to concede here. They need to find the equalizer if they want to stay alive in this series. Great workaround here from Luna. Is there another one potentially? Not quite. It will be a simple one for Scythe to control. Kevin takes it over, trying to leave it here, but it's no real answer to the defense that Pyrex have been putting up. Over and over again, they've denied the sort of opportunity that Kazakami have been looking for, and now they can take it all away. Luna in front of goal, gets the fake on 2 and sets it up for the man, the myth, the legend. Mystical comes in, and he is able to finally put himself up on the score sheet.
And it's just panic because, you know, you're a goal down. There's about 15 seconds left in the game. You know, your series life is on the line here in Swiss. You want to make something happen, and so it's understandable for Kevin to make something happen. Hold on, Kiki, 9 seconds. I mean, this could happen.
I wrote it off. I wasn't ready for it. I'm sorry. I apologize, Kazakami. I thought Lunar and the gang would be able to kind of hold off for the time being. But now, it seems like it's a different story. It seems like 9 seconds are about to write themselves in history. NIP did it before with those 13. Could it be the same repeat? Kazakami into the reset of the ceiling. It's red early and it's gone away. It will be Knight's control for the time being. He can get up the wall, but how much room will they be afforded? Knight over to 1, trying to get to Scythe. Scythe gets it only 1 touch to the backboard, and it's in firm control for Pyrex. Is there enough though? It will be controlled for Kevin, but it seems like the corner is where we'll go, and the corner is where it will end. Pyrex secured themselves the game, and they end it on a very, very close game.
Yeah, that was definitely closer than a lot of that game was kind of showing. I think kind of a scramble at the last minute there, but I think it was important too because, you know, like I was saying, that, you know, you want to make something happen. There's 10 seconds left in the game. Your series life is on the line. You want to get back into it and go to a game 3. And maybe that's why they rushed that defensive play. But it was just really unfortunate timing. But I think Pyrex overall, I mean, maybe I wouldn't say they're the better team in that series, but they definitely had more possession. They definitely were looking to score more. And Kazakami had a really good start, I think, but kind of faded away from there. So I'm hoping that in the next series, in Series 3, when they move on, that they can regain the energy that they had at the beginning of that series.
Yeah, absolutely. Upkeep on and update on some of the other matches as well. Lob was able to take down the #1 seed Tag, the match we've seen previously, you know, where we expected a game 3 here coming through between Lob and, you know, potentially the side of Aqua team name. So it's a bit intriguing, you know, not really expecting that big of an upset because Tag came in here with a #1 seed, but they have been knocked down a peg from that loss, a sweep as well. Monkman taking on Thrushme in a 2-1. ET gets that 2-1 as well, and it will be Kryperic to get that 2-0, and we're still waiting for 3 more games. So for the time being, we'll get you the updated scores as soon as we get back on air, and as soon as we get those scores, we'll be back with you with some more action. For now, stay tuned, and we'll be back right with you.
set my soul on fire. Baby, you set my soul on You set my soul on fire. Baby, you set my soul on You set my soul on fire. You set my soul on fire. 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 Set my soul on fire.
After a spectacular show of what was nothing short of an incredible game, we are back at it again with even more exciting games. And Tibbles, I mean, it was just an incredible day so far today, but it's gonna get even better.
It is gonna get even better, Kiki. We have ET here.
Yeah.
Which should be a really interesting team, especially Gababy, who I have the most experience with on this team. Mercy and Tiz, I'm still waiting to see a little bit more from. But on the other side as well, we have M80, of course, the big dogs coming into this tournament. Mech, PNDH, and Life taking their spots there.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's gonna be a gorgeous way to kind of see what we have from one of the favorites, and whoever wins this is through to the playoffs. The top 8 teams obviously make it, so you need those 5 stages to figure out if you are worthy enough to make that placement, and this win would be your 3rd, and this win would cement you as one of the actual winners of the actual Swiss stage. Well, there's nothing to win in the Swiss stage, you just go through or you don't. In that sort of same sense, it is gonna be in that sort of same formatting where, you know, you make it through as a first seed, as a 3-0, you're gonna have a much easier time through the GSL stage. So as long as that sort of stays the same sort of thing, we should be good to go. We have blue and orange. We'll figure out the M80 and ET, but for now, at least the logos can tell us a story of which side is which, because we have went on and we will give ourselves a bit of an insight on how these teams face off against each other. Let's have a little bit of a look.
And ET were nice. They actually included abbreviations of their team name in their intro. So we know that ET is a blue and there,
Yeah.
and then Matey taking the orange jerseys there, orange car wrap, let's say, coming through for the reset. Not quite getting it, or they do, but can't do much with it as well. But yeah, like you said, these teams are both 2-0, so they need one more series to get through the Swiss stage. That's a nice shot So this is the best of the best coming at each other, at least in the Swiss stage so far, Kiki.
Yeah, and they have been kind of one of the favorites. Well, both of these teams are among the favorites to kind of win the whole thing. There's a $10,000 prize pool, and what is not there to aspire to in that sort of same sense? So Devo looking for that sort of setup, almost getting that flick over the top. Panda trying to receive it, trying to get this one to the ceiling all the way as Life tries to join him around side the one, maybe a second with the 50, but not enough to break through the defensive line of ET. So far, they have that sort of level of gameplay that's necessary to keep them at bay.
Yeah, I've seen some nice passing plays from ET as well. Reset coming out from Life, getting the bump too. Tiz has to come to the rescue to get that ball away. Devo now coming in, I believe that's Devo, coming off the backboard. Life coming through, getting that 50. A little bit awkward. They do get it forward here. For Mercy coming through. The carry on the air dribble. Back to the corner once again for Matey here. Baby to pick this one up. Just a little lob up in the midfield. Devo allows them to get fast to that one. Baby shot on target. Life has to make a save backwards here. Tiz for the follow-up as well. Coming through, and ET are able to strike first.
Yeah, I mean, what? The pressure has just been mounting. Only one player left to kind of save it. Life doesn't really get the ball on top of his card to get the clearance after that sort of setup to just get that safe one away. He just kind of messes up on the second contact, unable to get high enough on the backboard to get that clear. And so we have ourselves a little bit of an early game from N80 as they are able to kind of just work their way from behind now, and they're going to have some work cut out for them because this sort of roster from ET has been stunning, but I eat my words, as M80 immediately stuffed the goal.
And I was going to say, wouldn't it be great if ET could just hold off M80 here? And of course, the slight hesitation from Tiz there, off the touch, off their own goal line. They will take advantage of it. Of course, Life coming through for that goal as well. Nice little contender tag as well. Looking for the follow-up is Devo coming through once again. Matey, you know, they'll strike whenever they have the opportunity to. Panda coming through here, looking for that pass middle. Life with a fake coming through as well, trying to fool the defense of ET here once again. 50 up to the ceiling. Panda's backwards. They at least are in a position to take advantage of it here for ET. Forced backwards. Kababy one up to the ceiling as well. Devo actually faking on that one. Life will take over, taking this one slow, but has the reset, could dribble over all of them coming through. The carry and the bump was immaculate. And Life, I mean, what a beautiful shot that is. Let's just appreciate it.
I mean, it was so slow, so methodical, but it explodes into speed, and my god, no one can reach it. Top corner Amazon delivery. You found it, you got it, and in that sort of same sense, you have secured yourself an easy way back into this one. Now Panda trying to get some work for himself done and dusted, unable to though, as it will be a breakaway found from the other team, and now ET are looking to kind of climb their way back into this one. They started off with a lead, and now instantaneously the game is flipped on its head. Let's see what they can do while they're from behind.
Yeah, I want to see what ET can do with this. Could be a shot bottom left from Gababy. An emergency save forced out from M80 here, and some nice passing plays on their defensive half. One pass to Mercy as well. 50 coming through. Panda, Evo there fast, but not fast enough. Tiz will get it past as well. Panda to send it straight back into the mixer. Gababy to Mercy now. Looking for ET to break out here. They have plenty of time to do so. Off the backboard, a demo coming through that could be really dangerous. Mercy had to get a touch on that one and does. Nice little handoff. Tiz to Mercy here in midfield. Challenged immediately. Life gets it past them. Could be one for Gababy again to the corner. And ET trying to press forward here, but at the midfield, they're met every single time by M80.
Yeah, 80 seconds, Devo looking for it. He fakes the actual flip reset, thinking he would go high. He just drops it down below you. There's nothing you can expect from that. Fakes the sort of pop reset, cuts it a bit short with the cancel, and he is able to make his way around the defense. M80 firing at full force here. 3-1, and so far, it doesn't seem like they're giving any signs of letting up.
Yeah, some advanced mechanics there. Could have sent it high and hit a defender, could have sent it low and hit a defender as well. Panda coming from the skies to make it a fourth for M80, and they're proving why they should be the 3 Series wonder here on the Swiss stage.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely deserved. Panda from above, raining down hellfire, and ET are gonna have one heck of a wake-up call for game number 2 here, because it seems like they've fallen asleep after scoring the first goal. They got a little bit too cozy. Tiz might be able to do something about it and maybe give themselves a chance to get back into this one, but so far, it seems like on average they're gonna need one goal every 20 seconds.
And it's just these whiffs in the midfield by the second player, sometimes the first player. I mean, they usually have someone back for ET to at least make some kind of defensive play. But the touches that need to happen in the midfield just don't happen. Panda again getting a demo there. Mercy receiving that pass. They can't get back to that one. There's so much momentum behind it. And ET just trying anything they can. Nice little layoff as well there. Mercy for the top left. They still somehow make the save for M80 here. Could give the ball away. Panda and Devo collaborating for that one. A miss from Tiz as well. Could be in. Crashing the net is life. 20 seconds left, and they have given zero space for M80 for ET to breathe here. I mean, they have just taken so much space once again in the corner. This one about done, 10 seconds left. Maybe one for the road for M80, just to rub salt in the wound. Midfield as well. Panda's there for the shot. It's a low one. It's a slow one. Mercy can make the save, but at least for this game, it will not matter. I mean, what a dominant performance from M80 here.
Yeah, ET started off well as well. They're the ones to kind of start off this whole sort of, ordeal in terms of being able to kind of create the pressure, get the first goal, and get it done and over with. But ultimately, it was a little too late to kind of capitalize on. And, well, M80, when they woke up, it was kind of hard to stop. We will have a quick lobby reset to figure out the team names, get back on the map rotation and everything else. But in the due time, we have plenty of time to get this analysis to just get into the nitty-gritty and figure out how we will be able to just kind of, figure out a way around M80. So if you were on ET, which I don't envy you, because it's not because ET is a bad team, it's just you're going up against M80. What would you naturally want to change here and change your approach in the next game?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because it wasn't like they were being completely outclassed. I think the goal output from M80 was sublime. I mean, they were just creating those chances, and the collaborations between those players when they're already so dominant, it's just so hard to deal with for ET, like you had mentioned. So, I mean, nothing pops out at me as far as what ET can do better. I think that's both a good thing, that maybe I don't see something super obvious that they have to fix, but it's also a bad thing because that means it's maybe not super straightforward about what they do against M80 here, because they do need an answer, they do need a solution. If they can take 3 series, Kiki, and go out in round 3, especially against competition like M80, of course they want to on ET's side. So at least from what they can do in game 2 to try and come back, I mean, you have to stop the goal scoring, you have to meet M80 in the midfield where they're at, you can't let them dominate, and those passing plays need to be shut down.
Yeah, absolutely. The midfield battles is where it's at, and when M80 gets sort of online, the 50s they're able to produce always kind of favor them, because the second man they play is just unlike any other. There is not sort of a way where they're able to just make their sort of position known in terms of that second man following up, the second man kind of just finding themselves around the 50. They know how to play the 50 for the second man. They don't just play the 50 to get in your possession. They play it to get the best possible setup for the second man. They think one step ahead on those 50s, and that's how they dominate the midfield. So those passing lanes are really what's kind of causing trouble here for, ET. And I mean, I don't want to even talk about the individuals, because if a guy is, jumping up with a flip reset and being able to get perfect flip counts and carry into the top corner, if you're not reading that, you're just not saving that. I'm sorry, there's just simply no weightables in that sort of same way.
Yeah, and the thing about M80 is you can't just single a player out saying, oh, it's first killer, they're the problem. Wait, let's just target them. This M80 team is firing on all cylinders. It's not that easy to just say it's one player. And yeah, I agree with you completely. And something I'd mentioned during that game as well for ET is that they just don't have like the second man in the midfield. They're not getting that touch. They're not getting some kind of 50, getting any kind of say on where the ball goes, whether it benefits them at all, or whether M80, like they did, will just take it and put it where they want to. And so ET, for those midfield 50s, for the possession game, you have to have your say. You have to make yourself known. You have to, you know, establish yourself and say, you know, this is how we want to play and we're going to battle for it. So, you know, ET, they have a lot of work to do in game 2. It's definitely not going to be easy. There was a big goal deficit in game 1, but the good news is it's a new 5 minutes and a new opportunity for ET, to get to that game 3.
Absolutely. You know, a first start is something you always need. Considering the fact that they scored first, they were in a genuine lead, it does still prove that there is a chance for them to obviously get this one in their own favor. And so, in that same sort of reasoning, you need to consider the fact that if they scored first, they can win the series. If the game win the series, they can potentially win the game. But the players did not agree to the reset lobby, and they have played without us a little bit, just a little bit. Not too much. I thought they'd be, you know, kind and, you know, be happy to kind of reset the lobby for us. But here we are. Why not? We're playing. It's a 2-1 scoreline so far, and we only have 2 minutes of gameplay left at Tibbles.
Yeah, only 2 minutes of gameplay, and sometimes players make baffling decisions as well. I can't even get into the lobby, but that's right. I'll take the live feed, or almost live feed, from our producer as well. 2 minutes left, and yeah, coming in is M80 with that lead as well. They, you know, already have one marker in this best of 3. They're looking for a game 2 win to take it. Gababy actually getting a score on that one, getting a goal, just sitting there by the goal line. I think, yeah, their teammate Tiz did a lot of the work there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of rooting for ET here just because I want to see another 5 minutes of this team, because I feel like I've been robbed of an actual spectacle that I've been missing. A 2-all gameplay? I mean, come on. We are really kind of missing out on the action, and considering the fact that ET are able to bring it back finally, I was very interested to see how exactly. How did they break down those lines? How did they actually shut down M80 for 2 flat goals? And well, they were able to keep it even. Great demo. Devo, good 50 to try to play for Panda here. Instead, Life tries to take it over, but it's just a deep clear. And now it's going to be a simple one to the backboard, looking for the kind of backup that he's needed for, but ultimately not enough. A breakaway necessary to kind of get themselves ahead if they want this one as a sweep.
Yeah, and that whole time I was talking about, okay, what can ET do to get back into this one, right? That whole time they were showing how they could get back into this one for ET. That might be another one as well. Looking for that goal opportunity. They had the shot, but it's saved away by this M80 defense coming through. And almost 30 seconds left here in this game too. Mercy will take it instead in the midfield. Bump coming through. That's dangerous for M80 here. They have to leap backwards, looking for that shot. Dropping down, Gababy, it's to the corner as well. M80 dealt with that as they needed to, but you can see the cracks starting to form. 20 seconds left here. Maybe one for ET. If they can steal one away here, the series could be theirs in the future.
Yeah, Mercy looking to kind of get this one over the top here. A fake from Tiz. It's not going to be bought by any of the players from M80. They're going to kind of keep their foot on the heel. They're looking for that sort of play. The infield is found. Devo is going to have to dive for it. 0 seconds on the clock. It could have been something to break away with. Gababy trying to find the pass. The shot is there as well. And on 0 seconds, the ultimate time to score. ET have found it, and game 3 is destined for them.
Oh, I love that passing play as well. It's so creative because, you know, off that first pass, at least for a striker's, you know, first thought is probably shoot this right. That defender is backwards. They're not getting to it. Slam it right side. You know, GG's. We're good. We're moving on. 0 seconds. They didn't. They passed it to the left. They completed the 3-player passing play and got it through the goal together. So they head to game 3 with some momentum regained. And of course, you know, the fact that they're there at all is obviously a blessing as well. You know, winning that golden goal. Heading into game 3, I mean, it's unfortunate that we didn't see how they recovered, how they responded for a lot of that game, Kiki, because I think that would have been really interesting. Would have given a lot of context to us for how game 3 might go.
Yeah, I would have loved to see how they were able to get the sort of first opening. M80 responded probably, they were able to find 2, they were in the lead. But the way ET just shut down the passing plays that opened up, all of a sudden the midfield where M80 were the dominant force disappeared. There was nowhere to be seen. And it's just some sort of a way to kind of see why ET, aka Blue here, in that sort of same sense, were able to get that game win. Amazing work. Time to kind of secure the series here, and maybe even a reverse sweep against one of the favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. But we will head into game 3, of course. like you mentioned, like we both mentioned, this game is extremely important. M80 could go out here after 3 series. Life actually getting beat to that one by Gababy, setting that one in. Tiz off the side wall there. Devo will carry this one forward, looking for that reset, gets it over off the backboard. Gababy with a save out. And they really needed this one as well. And ET, I think they just did so well in game 2 to come back. They had the ice to win it in that golden goal situation, but can they keep it cool and collected against M80? Because, you know, we saw M80's goal prowess in game 1, and it kind of cooled off a little in game 2. But if any team can regain that and come back and have that performance again, it's them.
Oh, that's 100% sure it is. Getting a great pinch against the sort of backboard. They're looking for a breakaway. It could be a shot. It's a little bit wide, though. It was an open net waiting for that breakaway from M80. They didn't convert, and it could look to come back and bite them. Tiz, great beat, but the kind of clip-on is there still. They're able to keep on here. The shots are coming through, but they're just going a little bit wide. They can't really find the back of the net. And right now, seems like M80 are lacking the sort of shooting boots necessary to get ahead here.
They absolutely are. Waiting for that boost there. Some confidence here from ET to keep that one out over to the sidewall as well, making that save in the corner for Tiz as well, looking for that pressure. M80 not really able to get in front in the midfield against ET's goal there. They're just kind of in the corners, you know, far behind that midfield line. Can't really get anything going. With about 3 minutes left, I would say that's a commendable achievement here for ET, and hopefully they can get something going.
Yeah, and Orange, aka M80, you know, just need to, you know, set their name straight in that sort of same sense. Need that sort of reply in the midfield. Great control touch there from Mercy, expecting Diva to find that backboard initially. Gababy losing that one a little bit too comfortably, and it will be Tiz needing to clear that one. Life already pouncing, looking for that shot. Interception by Devo, not found just yet, and they still need that answer. They're not finding in the 50s, they are not going their way, and right now, they are going to need a few more shots to kind of break through this ET lineup. But remember, it's only one goal necessary to shut down all this pressure. It's bouncing and no one is there to clear it. I swear there was a player in the goal and I thought they would be able to clear it away. It was Gababy, yes, but there was not enough boost or momentum to work with.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw someone in the goal as well, and it, you know, when it was bouncing up and down, I thought just, you know, just maybe they'll get back to it. But his turn, he didn't have enough turning radius. He kind of hit the corner of the goal, set the player a little bit off balance as well, and just couldn't get back to it. So, yeah, that's a good goal, first goal for M80 here in game 3. Devo looking to make it a second. Life actually beating Tiz to that ball. That's a miss from Mercy. Life will be there to take advantage, and a quick second here for M80.
Yeah, I mean, once they strike with thunder, they continue with ferocity. Life able to kind of convert off of that early miss. I mean, it's a rough one, obviously. You know you want to get that quote-unquote pinch, they call it. I never realized why they call it a pinch off of that sort of wall when you get that extra boom by barely touching the ball. But in general, they were able to potentially just, you know, find that second, almost a chance for ET as well if they got that bump off in time, but not enough space to work with here just yet. Beautifully spaced board by Devo here, 0 boost, and still able to at least secure a 50 for his teammate there. 50 found again by Life, and now they're just going to look to keep them in the corner until they are able to break free finally. Mercy running out of boost, and so is the rest of ET.
Yeah, and the danger for ET is that, you know, they get kind of caught in their own half there. That moment there was one of the few breakaways that I've seen in the last couple minutes from ET here. And again, it's back on their side, looking for that defensive stand. They have to make something happen. Panda will just slowly bounce that one in, but save away for ET. Thankfully for them, a 3-goal lead might just be irrecoverable for them. 2-goal lead as it stands is still realistic. It's still possible. Tiz trying to make something happen here. Gababy looking for that pass middle. Really close. Mercy gets it past the defender, and they half the deficit just like that.
They are able to bring it back, and if we know any amount of time is enough for ET to bring it, Tiz missed that sort of bump, but maybe it's for the better. Maybe he could have bumped him into the ball in that same sense because the ball went in front of him instead of behind. So M80 find themselves back at the same sort of place they've been before. The passing play, Tiz looking to take an early shot, not enough boost or momentum to make it a dangerous one at that. There's another infield pass, and these passes are finally connecting for ET again. And if they continue to do so, we might be having a bit of a replay from game number 2 again.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's all here to play for in game 3. Life could make it a third. Panda tried, but defender was there for ET, looking for another one here. Mercy to pick this one up, faking past Devo, didn't have any boost to work with. Now Tiz across, that's a wonderful touch just to keep possession. Quick thinking by Life to get a long pinch downfield back to the ET half. Mercy once again in the corner though. Panda putting on that immediate pressure. Flick over one, that's really nice. Tiz up to the ceiling. Can they come down? Life and Devo, double commit from them. Got Baby coming in. A wonderful fake to keep that one going as well. 50 back to the pass. Mercy up to the ceiling there. 15 seconds to get it done. Back to Tiz here. Nice little touch to control it. Lots of camera movement there. Gababy trying to get back. Panda will just drop it down. 5 seconds here for ET to make their marks. Send it to game 3 overtime here. Looking for that pass once again. Gababy can't flick it up enough, and it's down. M80 win in game 3, and will sweep the Swiss series here.
Just a slight touch that just went wayward, and well, it felt like ET could have done it. I mean, if anything, the People's Champions in that sort of regard, where they were able to secure one of the better highlights so far throughout the day through that buzzer beater equalizer, buzzer beater winner actually, in that sort of same sense for that 3-2 win in game number 2. But ultimately, MAT, the powerhouse, the Giants went through, and truly, they kind of eventually carved those midfield plays from ET, but you saw there was still a glimmer of hope. ET were able to kind of make those passes kind of connect along each other, no?
Yeah, they really were. I think they were so close to making it work, making it happen. But, you know, unfortunately, some of these top teams, a lot of what they have is refinement. I mean, raw skill is everywhere, raw talent is everywhere, but the actual refinement and the teamwork to make it happen consistently over time, that is what separates a great team from a good team. And, you know, it's unfortunate for ET because I think, as before, there are positives and negatives to this. You know, an easy positive to take for ET is that you went toe-to-toe with M80, took them to game 3, made them nervous, took them to the end of game 3 as well. But on the other side as well, it's kind of easy to think, well, yeah, we made it close, but what does that actually give us? You know, they still need another series win in Swiss. They do get that confidence coming into the later rounds, but that can be kind of hard to grapple with. So EC, I think they did a great job, and of course, you know, they would be looking to now move on from the Swiss in round 4 in the next round coming up. But yeah, congrats to M80. Of course, they did really well. We expected them to. And what an entertaining series, Kiki.
Yeah, honestly, it was back and forth. I thought it would be maybe a little bit one side for M80 still, because they are still the powerhouse. ET, we've known some of their players, obviously. We have seen them compete in the NA stage amongst Kraken Seas and others as well, potentially. But still, in that sort of same regard, it's still heads up high. You've shown up against M80. You were able to break down their defense, not once, not twice, but almost 3 times in that game 2 with 3 goals is what I mean. Plus some other goals as well. But in that second game, you definitely won because they weren't holding on to a scoreline. They were holding on for their dear life to go into overtime there, Tibbles. And yeah, it seems like all the other matches should be completed soon. So we might even be able to show that on screen before we go to a break here. So just hold off for a slight minute while I do gas that screen in 1 quick second there, Tibbles.
Yeah, absolutely. We can wait just a second until that shows up on your screen. Maybe view that a little bit. Yeah, overall, I think that series was great. You know, M80 looking to go into Sunday. It won't be Saturday. It'll be the 9th, actually, of August. So they'll go into Sunday feeling really, really good about their position as well. So yeah, we'll take a look at that real quick before we head out.
Yeah, a bit of a skip as well in terms of that day. So Saturday, a day to relax. Obviously, there's other tournaments to follow along. That's the reason for the initial skip, the tournament planning. So you still have a day to rest. You still have a day to think about it, and still $10,000 is on the line. But we will get the actual matchups from round 3 on screen as soon as possible. But so far, MAT have indefinitely secured their spot in through the next day, and so have Monkmen, consisting of Juice, Solar, and the Monk as the first seed, because they had that extra game. That game that ET took off of M80 cost them the first seed in that sort of same sense, and ultimately, well, cost them the way to kind of break through as the first seed. So might have a little bit of a tougher day into day 2, but oh well, it has happened, it has come through, and well, in that sort of same sense, we do have ourselves a bit of a finisher here. Liner able to take down Tag and rest the gang, even though we were kind of wondering why they were able to find themselves against that sort of, you know, wave of Tag, because Tag, the number one seed, not really performing up to the actual expectation we've really expected them to, no?
Yeah, I agree.
AJ.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I believe they played Lob as well. Lob, I've been particularly impressed with. But yeah, for Tag, I agree completely. And we saw Lunar, you know, their team play really well, but a 2-0 over Tag, I would expect a little bit more from that series as well. A lot of 2-0s, a lot of teams doing really, really well. And of course, you see a couple are still going on, like Knock It Off and Lost Causes. An unfortunate DQ. And Michigan State, I was curious to see how they would do coming into this tournament, because I have some experience with them playing Northwood in Michigan tournaments. Unfortunately, not too well in round 3 as it stands, but yeah, that is great to see. So yeah, a lot of great series going on, Kiki, but we're going to take it to a quick break before we head to round 4. But yeah, don't go anywhere, and stick around a few minutes for some more Frost Esports Crawler Cup action.
I promised I would wait for you, but I'm getting so impatient. Tell me that you're ready now. This room is big enough for two, and I wanna do that something that will blow your mind. Do you know the things you do to me? Touch me and I'll make you understand. Yeah. Do you know the things you make me feel? I can show you if you take my hand. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Let me take you under where nobody can see. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Harder than the summer, so put your hands on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Before you, I was paralyzed, all broken down from heartbreaks. Then you came and set me free. You've taken me to paradise, where nothing is a mistake, where we move so flawlessly. Do you know the things you do to me? Touch me and I'll make you understand. Yeah. Do you know the things you make me feel? I can show you if you take my hand. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Let me take you under where nobody can see. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Harder than the summer, so put your hands on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me, on me, on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Let me take you under where nobody can see. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. is getting closer. Come here before it's over. We shine like supernovas. Under the lights, we are transcending. Gravity pulls the rhythm like stars. We're never ending. We burn so bright, baby. The dawn is getting closer. Come here before it's over. We shine like supernovas. Shine like supernovas. Shine like supernovas. No way back, we can slow it down. Feel the heat as it pulls us out. On the
After the Giant of Zeus took down the People's Champion in Atom, we have finally made our way back over to round number 4 of the Swiss stage. And Tibbles, it's been an exciting day. We've seen amazing comeback attempts from ET. Ultimately, it wasn't enough, but it was a very valiant attempt, wasn't it?
Yeah, not successful, but definitely a valiant effort against M80. You know, historically one of the top teams in North America in general. You know, for years at this point. So, yeah, definitely a valiant effort. Didn't quite work out, but we want to move on to round 4, Kiki, where we have Tag versus us. Now, for everyone at home, those team names might not be super familiar, but at least on a Tag, we're gonna run through them real quick. We have G, AJ, and T. Carell. Now, I'm sure for North American viewers out there, you have some idea of who those players are. And then, of course, on us, you know, maybe a little bit less known, we have Jaywalk, Reeker, and Mutinate. So really excited to get this one going. I'm going to tell the players to join. But yeah, what do you think about this matchup, Kiki? Do you have a prediction at all?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think Tag has having a horrible day, but now I think they have a decent sort of matchup against a team that they should be able to beat. So I'm thinking a 2-0 for Tag wouldn't really go amiss here, if anything, Tibbles. So let's see what happens, because I've been wondering what's been going wrong for Tag, as they have been one of the best sort of setups here. Oh my god! I don't think anything's been going wrong. I think it's just an absolutely vibe-coded team, and that's how we start off.
Yeah, when they went up for that, I'm like, nah, no way, no way. We were just talking, Kiki, about how maybe they had struggled a little bit. Maybe their results weren't quite what they had hoped, but I don't see any of that awkwardness. I don't see any of that hesitation. And what a goal to start us off, not even 10 seconds at the time into game 1. Remember, this is a best of 3. Once again, T-Carell taking it high, looking for another one for Tag here, but won't find it. Reeker passed one. Tries to get it in the midfield, to go out to the side as well. Needs a second touch. T-Carell to turn around. Munich a little bit awkward as well. And for Tag, I mean, they have a lot of space here on the field right now, Kiki.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna even get more over and over again. Gar has a free shot, finally kind of disturbed by the attacker that was returning from the over sort of commitment. They're looking for a shot, so they finally register one at least for themselves. Now they're gonna be able to kind of work around this sort of pressure that they have generated. Even so, if little fatigue Carell, with the movement he has, he's able to just buy so much space and turn defense into offense with so much ease. AJ, the silent killer, as we all know him from back in the day, is still up and running, gets the demo as well, able to get T. Carell's back sorted in terms of that 2v3 potential. They have that room to work with. Do they have any more to make this happen? Maybe an infield play, maybe an infield pass. No, it's not gonna happen. It seems like us might have a chance at a goal.
And I kind of wondered when this physical play would make its appearance from us. You know, that can be such a traditional kind of ploy, a strategy against a team who might be more mechanical, might be a little bit faster. So to disrupt them and their rotation as well, it could be an option for them. We'll have to see if they use it. Nate getting dunked out there, back to the midfield. Got to take it up. T-Carell will actually take over there. AJ already up for this one. Off the backboard as well. They need to get that touch. Reeker downfield. Got to receive it as well. Looking for a fake down low.
Oh, no.
Nice little side wave dash here to return it as well. Looking for that second touch through the defense. The last defender gets it, and us is under fire right now because Tag are doing everything they can.
The amount of glue he had on that control was just incredible. I'm not even sure I expected him to get that goalwards, let alone to the other corner of the net. A little bit of an over-exaggeration, but still, regardless, that was incredible to get that sort of glue on your car. I mean, there's just no way around it. It will be Jaywalk to kind of get this one around down the other end. Meets Nate, may be able to follow up alongside Rika, but no, they just have to leave it past. AJ getting so many of these 50s. Seekerell trying to get that backboard, trying to get that double. He gets that demo, and speaking of demo play, we were expecting us to take over, but instead it seems like TAG have kind of adopted the strategy and just decided to demo in their way every single time.
And yeah, once a strategy, or excuse me, once a team adds that strategy to their arsenal, and they're already doing well, I mean, it just goes from bad to worse for the other teams here. As soon as they get that physical play involved, it's even harder to keep your tempo, to keep your composure, to keep your rotation going. Looking for the demo, AJ getting the bump, they just get it through, go actually up the corner as well. So close to making it a second one, but us get it away.
They're able to kind of capitalize on this sort of static movements that us is kind of distributing. Oh, what a touch from AJ, just able to get around. I mean, it was a one-on-one. You had a boost disadvantage, and you still managed to make it work. I mean, just being able to get those pop resets, any single touch works, but AJ able to get himself on the board, and how many more times are we going to see that?
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, I'm not surprised that AJ scored that. Not that it wasn't a good shot, not that it wasn't a hard angle, but, you know, one defender got demoed, one defender AJ got past almost immediately, and with the flip reset had one to beat to get to the goal. I would put that, you know, a bet on AJ to make that happen any day of the week. Taking another 50 here, up high in the aerial space. Go will actually get past one. Looking for the reset to drop it down. Mutiny does get a touch away. Could be not quite enough for TAG to really have any pressure on them though. Back in the corner, Reeker, a nice little pass to the middle. But of course, when the ball is that close to the wall, you know, it's very easy to see TAG out saving that one away, as they so often do.
God, able to kind of beat that one out as well. The speed is just incomprehensible for the team. It's a simple shot, but it makes your team lose so much of that boost, so much of that sort of possession you think you might have. The rotations go astray, and the double tabs, the angle is a little bit too ambitious for AJ. He tries to make it work. Not gonna happen this time. And 40 seconds up to the clock, it seems like they might have a way back in, but denied immediately. TAG is not allowing this one to go astray.
And for us, I mean, they're just raining in these 50s as well. Jaywalk losing that one, trying to get it to the corner. But I think something that they can really improve on here is just, you know, being faster to the ball. Obviously, Jaywalk will just send that one in once again, you know, still looking for 2 goals. So even if they get one, it may just be a consolation prize here in game 1. Sent to the ceiling as well. 10 seconds left. If us are going to do it, they need to do it now. Coming through off the backboard. AJ gets a third. Would be wraps here in game 1, off to the wall as well. Maybe one for the road for us. It'll be technically impossible for them to bring it back to overtime, but actually past 2 here. Could get a flick, a nice one down and out from the defender in the goal, and TAG will take game 1.
Yeah, I mean, amazing work, swift work, and it seemed like there was really no contention. I mean, it has to be questioned what really went wrong for them in those previous sorts of games. How did they end up in a 1-2 scenario for the Swiss stage, considering they were the number 1 seed to go into here? I'm not sure what matchups they had. I will take a look over it, but how did they actually get themselves in this position once they're really styling on their opposition just like this? Obviously, yes, lesser maybe opposition with that lower seed, but still, it's just incredible to see how they have made themselves so wonderfully apparent in this sort of lower part of the bracket for Swiss.
Yeah, I think the spacing and the formation from TAG kind of set them apart. I think they did a really good job of just making sure that they were using the space. I mean, like I had said earlier, for us, they were not giving us any space, you know, during the earlier parts of that game. They were constantly under pressure, constantly in their half as well. So I think we maybe have an issue here, maybe a player not in. And yeah, it looks like AJ got kicked. So we will restart game 3 for you real quick. Some lag coming through. And yeah, we want a proper game, or excuse me, a game 2.
Yeah, absolutely. It does get away sometimes, the player sometimes crashes out the lobby and it just doesn't work that way. But I've done a little bit of digging in the previous sort of rounds, and apparently it seems like we have that sort of mention of Lob and Lunar, the two teams, Lob and Lunar's Team Pyrex, the two teams that have taken down TAG in those 2-0 fashions, actually. So, I mean, commendable, very commendable opponents in the end, and well, those are the types of opponents that you do expect to take him down. But still, Tag, I believe they will still be on that sort of level of game where they'll be able to bring it back on their own fashion and eventually make Swiss stage. Nothing against us, it's Tag.
Absolutely. Well, we will get game 3 started for you as soon as possible. I have all the players in the lobby as well. We want to get this one going. Excuse me, yeah, game 2. I keep thinking it's game 3, Kiki. This series has been so good already that I'm thinking it's already far into it. Mutinate this time to start it off for us.
Yeah, we would have loved to get that little bit of extra few games around the corner, but in this sort of ultimate predicament, we really don't have that luxury, and right now, it seems like Tag might be wanting to end it into, we might not even get to that game 3, although I'm wishing for the same thing you are right here, Tibbles. I want to see as much of this game as possible, because both of these teams seem like they want to bring the action, but I just want to see some more fancy styling from Tag.
Oh, an overcommit here from us. I mean, the goal was completely open for AJ. I think honestly that, yeah, Go could have scored this probably by himself. I mean, you know, the shot wasn't on target, but completely open, Kiki, and Tag will gobble that up with 0 complaints.
Yeah, they're not gonna really, you know, have an extra way of saying, oh, we don't take open goals. They're obviously gonna secure it. Their tournament life is on the line here, and when $10,000 braces you, you really can't let that go amiss in that sort of same sense, because for anyone, it's a great payday in that sort of same sense. So let's have a little bit of a look at what they will be able to accomplish with it. AJ, gonna have to leave that one for the time being, because not enough positional awareness to make that happen. My God, that's just in all of a sudden from Jaywalk. How did he get that angle?
Just absolute perfection on the aim there. Tikarel, I think, expecting a shot that was easier to save. Not immediately top right, top bins, perfect placement. But maybe that's what it takes for us to get back into this. And AJ will be forced out for another save. It kind of reminds me of something I was going to say before, but you know, in game 1, it looked like us when they had to make some kind of play, they had to follow the ball on the other side, the player bringing it up the field. They kind of had to use their players to make challenges, even if they didn't touch the ball or the player. They just had to make that challenge. But for Tag, they're able to just have you know, a chance on the ball. They either get the player or the ball. They're never just forcing the ball there, forcing out a shot. Again, shots raining down on this us goal right now. I think that has to be their secret moving forward. Just having someone ready for that in the midfield now. Tikarel to receive. Nice pass to AJ as well. Demo coming through from Guh. It's all on all cylinders here. Guh in midfield once again. They couldn't make it work, but Demo's on the other side now as us fight back.
Yeah, they're able to kind of finally eliminate their path forwards here, as us are looking to kind of get that second as well. The first one kind of giving the win in their backs, and great physical play here. And then the advancement, Rika looking for the extra chance, Rika looking for the demo as well, but 2 players and no one is playing the shot on target. It's gonna give away a glaring chance. It feels like that should have been it, where us could have taken the opportunity to bring this one back for themselves and give themselves a potential lead against Tag.
And I really do like that pass from Jaywalk, but it was just a little bit too off-center for Mutinate there, coming in for the demo, picking it up fast, looking for the reset possibility, looking for the other touch on the other side as well. A nice spin move there from us to try and get it through. Tag defense more than up to the challenge here. Go will block that one away. Again, off the sidewall, Go to pick it up once again. Under threat by bump from Tikarel as well. We'll pop it up dangerously. AJ there for the 50. Tikarel to take it to the side. And this, you know, pressure coming out from Tag is suffocating. They finally get out. Boost and ball back to the side as well. Jaywalk will pick it up. Mutinate will actually get a long one over as well. Wouldn't have been there in time. And it, once again, is this midfield game, the 50 game in particular, I think, that if us can just string a few together, maybe save this one away, they might have a chance on the offense.
Yeah, they're waiting for that extra moment to appear before them. God, looking for Corral. Corral's already pre-jumped it. He slotted it away near post. I didn't even see T. Corral up already in the skies, but apparently AJ has, and they have found themselves another goal. Excuse me, Guff was the one to find the pass. And what do you do against that?
Yeah, just a ridiculous shot. You know, one of those ones where you go, you know, why is he there? Is he shooting that? The answer very much was yes, absolutely. AJ shooting this one as well. Coming off the backboard, Tikarel demoed. They spawned all the way at the back of the field there. AJ to put in another shot as well. Us having to do some defense here. Jaywalk to take it this time, looking for the aerial over one. Reeker to follow up as well. Mutinate so often is the lone defender back as well. That could come back to bite them, but they need a goal, and I'm sure they're more worried about putting on that offensive pressure as well.
Yeah, definitely they need to get themselves that one back. It's in the same situation we've seen ET up against M80. The one goal behind, but some time left to make the magic happen. They've scored once, they can do it again. Oh, AJ, he's in such a dangerous position. He makes it work. How does he even recover?
And just saving that shot, right? I mean, a crazy bounce, but you think, all right, I got the squishy. I have it in my sights. I know the trajectory of the ball. And here comes AJ out of the skies, out of nothing, to place it in your top right corner, a place you can't even get to in the defensive position that you put yourself in. And that's why it's so difficult. Now a 3-1 lead for Tag as well. They look to sweep the series. That's backwards as well. Us under pressure, under fire once again. AJ to send that one in. Elias Ariel to get that one back. They can't get the second touch and down, but keeps it in the vicinity. Turns around, half rotation, grabs a boost, comes again.
I mean, they're just able to stall out their position, and yeah, as you've said, it's just suffocating the way Tag have that chokehold around you, your rotations, and your players over and over again. You said it excellently, Tibbles, and right now AJ is looking for more. The first time I fell in love with this player was all the way back in Rogue, once that Chronovi won the lineup, aligned alongside AJ, and ever since, he's been delivering every single time in that same sort of assassin-y way he really likes to strive in. He recovers, he finds the shot when you least expect it, and with 10 seconds left to go, I'm pretty sure Tag have cemented themselves another chance at Swiss stage.
Yeah, 1 second left, which means it's officially impossible for us here, but yeah. Congratulations to Tag. They take that sweep as well. They move on from the Swiss stage and make the top 8. And I just want to point out something you said, Kiki, because you pulled out some real ball knowledge there with the AJ Wonder and Chronovi roster. That was so long ago. I actually I always forget that it's AJ. I always forget, you know, I'm in a lobby with him. I'm like, oh, that is that guy, you know? It was so long ago, but a really nice piece of lore there.
Yeah, I mean, he was that sort of rookie back then as well, you know. I still love that he still has the love for the game. He's still able to kind of make these sorts of plays. And, well, sometimes, you know, some players simply cannot evolve at the speed of these new players generating these sort of comebacks. When Zem came to the stage, he just absolutely elevated the playing field for all the others. And then a whole new generation of players came along. But AJ has stuck around, one of the rare ones to be able to still want to compete, to still want to keep up that level of competition. And, well, he's done that wonderfully here. He still displayed that he still has what it takes to potentially reach that sort of tier A, maybe tier S if we're, you know, really putting the time here. Or again, well, ultimately, you know, maybe being able to work for yourself is that sort of lineup that you really want. And Tag played that beautifully, I gotta say. It didn't feel like there was even a doubt for them to win that one, Tibbles.
Yeah, and it's not just AJ either. Guh and TKRL. You know, Guh has mostly been, I believe he was at Ball State. I casted them a lot with Oath. And Wova as well, so rounded out that roster at Ball State. And TKRL, you know, spent a semester in Northwood. Other than that, has been on plenty of professional teams, has a lot of experience. So it's no surprise to see them do well, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Tag in the top 8 for day 2 and the following days. But, Kiki, we will be taking a short break before the 5th round as well, so like I said before, don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss any more Frost Esports Crawler Cup action.
Let me free your mind.
Final game of the day to conclude the Swiss stage, and a little bit more to see which teams actually secured themselves at least a little bit of that $10,000 prize pool. Once more, back on the air, Tibbles. I mean, what a game we've had back after back after back here today.
Yeah, what a day we've had overall.
Yeah.
And Swiss is interesting because all of the rounds are interesting, right? But they're interesting for different reasons. I think the first few rounds of Swiss, teams are filling each other out. You have those front runners coming through like M80 who already qualified after 3 series. And then as the night goes on, you get to the 4th round, you get to the 5th round. These are now, okay, who is kind of barely surviving and coming into the top 8? Who is battling for their place? Who might be an underdog to go on a big run? And so at least for round 5, this decides that final top 8 spot, or, the final few top 8 spots. But this series is must win. All of these teams will be 2-2, so they've won 2 series and lost 2 series, and they need 3 to advance. So this series means everything, Kiki.
Absolutely. And speaking of, let's see how the top 8 actually kind of lines up here for the time being. As we can see, the top 5 teams have already made their way through. Monkman, Ablops, and M80 kind of respectfully securing the top 3 seeds easily. The only trio teams were M80 and Monkman, so respectfully to them, they have shown up today, Tibbles, and they played a really good game, haven't they?
They absolutely have. And I want to highlight Lob as well, coming in 3-1. They win after 4 series. We saw them series 1, and we're very impressed with how they were playing. So no surprise to see that. ET, we saw them last series as well, so they will advance with that 4th series win and move on to the top 8. And of course, the teams after that are all teams that still have to play for their spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, starting with Tag, the kind of biggest sort of, I don't want to say still upset, but that sort of, questionable how did you get there in that sort of same sense. Plus, Lunar as well being here, kind of a little bit of a, weird way of saying, oh, I didn't expect to see you here after 4 rounds in a bar. So let's have a look at how they actually do make it through. But it's going to be sad to say that Tag and Luna both have a chance to make it through, but we're gonna have to see some incredible names go out for the likes of it. Like team name, for example, is going up against Lunar, and it's gonna be sad to see one of those go eventually, as we do see on the last few matchups. Tag up against Thrushme, team name against Lunar, and Maypo's Minions, which was the Knight Scythe team, which will be streamed actually against Lost Causes. So we'll take a look back at the standings and have a little bit of more of a deeper dive on what could have and should have been. So any sort of outstanding teams here for you here that shouldn't have really made it here yet, or that should have already qualified, Tibbles?
As I look at the teams that are kind of middling spots, like Knight's team, T-Corel, Tag, we talked about them kind of struggling, and then of course they did really well last series as well, got that win that they really needed. I'm not really surprised looking at kind of the middle of the pack. Like I had said, these teams are very talented. These players are very talented, all of them. But there are, of course, some standout teams, both on paper and from what we've seen so far throughout tonight, and what we hope to see at least for the rest of this tournament as well. So nothing really stands out to me as we get this next series ready. But I think there were a few teams that went 1-3, that went out in round 4, and so they didn't make it to the top 8, and don't have another chance to fight for their spot for Sunday as well. And I was a little bit surprised, at least for like Team Silence. I think Resinal and Pigeon are some very well-known players, and Lev as well. So yeah, it was kind of odd to see them go. They did go 0-3. I would expect them to at least win 1 or 2 series, if not potentially even qualify. So competition here is very fierce, Kiki.
Yeah, absolutely. And and coming from some teams like ET that almost took down MAT, a team that we really didn't expect to kind of put that much of a fight up against MAT, really gave it their all to 1-goal games every single time, and even brought it to that game 3 where they were able to ultimately, you know, lose out. But we will have to kind of join in during the middle of a game because apparently Lost Cause has DQ'd, so it seems that we won't be having the scheduled game that we were apparently meant to have, so it will be the minions that go on to day 3 here. In the meantime, we will have to settle for the blue versus orange because it's not our lobby, where Lunar and the gang are taking on Aqua, Hazo, and Knight for that final spot.
And Lunar scoring that goal. We catch him in the middle of the action there with a 2-1 lead currently. And, you know, we saw this Knight, Aqua, and Hazo team earlier in the night, and I thought they did well, but you know, I felt like there was something missing. They're still warming up. Knight sometimes, you know, takes a little bit to warm up, and then as soon as they're connecting, as soon as they're feeling good, they're feeling it, you know, that's when they really start to activate and awaken here. But you have no time to activate against Looter and Mystical. They will take advantage. I assume this is game 1. Knight looking for a musty there. Aqua to the backboard. Can Hazo make it good as one shot coming through? What an equalizer. Every single member of the team was part.
And we have just started. This is only game 1, and my god, we're already seeing late time equalizers. Amazing stuff coming through. And finally, it seems like Lunar, Mystical, and Swaz are gonna have to work their way around the Storm roster of Aqua, Hazo, and Knight. We didn't really see them show up in the first game against Lob, and it seemed like they were just a little bit too slow to the show, considering the fact that they have obviously lost out on that one. They scored 2 goals and disappeared. So let's see if they have something that it takes to knock out the spectacular Lunar alongside the rest of his gang.
In that small battle there, as Knight smokes through, no, he scores that coming through. The save is there. But I want to talk about Lunar as well, because you brought him up. But there's a mini situation there where Lunar got the ball, prepared for a dribble, and then got bumped away by the defense. And I think that may be their recipe for success moving forward. I mean, that one game earlier in the night, you said he scored 4 goals for Lunar here, but instead it'll be Hazo in overtime. 12 seconds was all it took, downfield and complete.
Gorgeous way to work around it, and it is Hazo able to complete the comeback. When we joined, it was 2-1, and only 8 seconds on the clock to find that equalizer, which they have. Amazing work coming through, and ultimately, amazing work to make it around the opposition. I mean, it took a little bit of extra, but it is Lunar and the gang. You really can't, you know, be expected to easily go over them. So well played from Aqua, Hazo, and Knight to kind of work their way around it, but I haven't caught the whole game, so I don't know what there is to fix. I'm just excited for game 2 here, Tibbles.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Kiki, is that, it's kind of unfortunate we didn't see the rest of the game, or we may have more context on how that specifically happened, because Pyrex and Lunar and company weren't a team that looked uncomfortable before. They looked like they were playing well, but are now in a situation, Kiki, where they're in the final series, they're in the 5th round, they have to win in order to move on to the top 8 on Sunday, and they're on, you know, they're not on match point. The other team has that, and you know, they now have to reverse sweep in a best of 3. They have to win 2 games in a row. So not a situation they wanted to find themselves in, and not a situation I would expect them to find themselves in. But you know, I know the skill level, the talent of these players, and I know, you know, if they really try, you know, they could get themselves out of it and take it to a game 3.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. And what a way it would be to end it. In that sort of same sense, you do have to wonder, these players have been on a marathon today, you know, those sort of 5 games, 5 series ultimately today. It takes a lot out of a player, and ultimately you do have to have that mental resilience to play that amount of Rocket League, plus probably the warm-up that you had before a tournament such as this. So in that sort of same sense, you have to wonder how much in the tank they have remaining to make it work for themselves. Let's have a bit of a look here and see what they are going to be able to do with it.
Yeah, I like that you brought up the warm-up time as well. And this is Swiss too, you know, maybe in other tournaments that's a nice shot, again blocked away by the defense. Took multiple players as well. But yeah, in other tournaments, maybe, you know, you have an easier round 1 that's just in front of the goal. Lunar will get it away. sometimes you have an easier round one, but for Swiss, you don't have that freedom to just say, well, this series is easier. You know, if you go down and you have to win 3 series in a row, that is a tall ask here. So you really don't have that freedom. Mystical now off that back wall. Knight awkward, but still making that touch and save away. Again, now prowling. They're circling. They're looking for something. Lunar down to fake off the ball. Aqua and Hazo there as well. Will take it each, actually. The pressure putting on. They're both in the half as well. Demo coming through. Can they get a shot on? Knight is there. Top right. Swaz makes the save. Lunar gets bouncing away. Aqua down and out. Crossbar it out. This game 2 is already having fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, the shots are still coming. The action is still not done right here. They almost found it off of the post. The angle was not favorable enough to bounce in off of it. Another shot. Lunar denies again. And still, the offense persists coming here from Team Name. They're able to put up against so many shots, and yet they are not yielding. It seems like it's almost running out of time. I feel like the boost is going to eventually run out here for Pyrex, but it seems like they are fine for now, so let's keep it at that. It seems like Aqua and the gang have the sort of medicine necessary to 2-0 this game.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw it, but Team Name were so, hasty to get forward. They actually had a traffic jam with 2 of their players who had full boost, both wanted the ball, and almost got in each other's way. So this kind of shows the attitude of Team Name right now. They want to take it to Pyrex. They want to get that bump on Lunar there, shot on target, but it's low and slow, as I like to say. Easy save for Swaz. Now back on the other side, Hazo coming through. Aqua getting demoed for their troubles there. Shot on target, but again, it's low. Knight will get that one away. Back to the Team Name corner as well. Resetting on this one, almost halfway into this game 2 here. Can Team Name, establish an early lead? They could just hang on. Otherwise, Aqua coming through, reset, little tip off, looking for the second touch. Mystical is there for the clear, and for now, Pyrex hang on.
Yeah, and they're looking for that extra bit of momentum to kind of find that counter-attacking play. Swaz finally able to break out their own half, and Lunar needs to keep this one in there. Unable to, Hazo breaks out again. Swaz doesn't have the boost. He finally makes a touch, but there's another one coming in. The shot is too wayward to make anything happen there. And now Lunar, skies are free for him, able to kind of make something happen here, something amidst the pass, but unfortunately not enough effort behind it to make it happen. And it seems like we're still at this deadlock. The demos are opening up nothing, it seems, and it feels like there's always that amount of players to cover for each other where there is no goal to be had for either side.
And what has saved Team Name, what has saved Pyrex in this game from not conceding is that, the shots from Team Name are just a little bit off. They're coming from an outside angle, but Swaz coming through, crossbar and down. You can't argue with that. Just about 90 seconds left, and Pyrex look to fight back with this game 2 win.
Yeah, it seems like just a wonderful way to make things work here from the side of Team Name on the defensive side, on the offensive side, but ultimately crashed down upon by Lunar and the gang. Pyrex able to break it down, break out, and finally find the first goal. That has to be shattering for Team Name, because you've had all the offense, you've had so many shots, and ultimately the first goal that goes in is on the side of Pyrex, ultimately demoralizing. Let's see if they're going to be able to keep up against that throughout the game, as there's only 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock.
And these shots just they weren't right. I mean, there was always something that was, the angle was off, it wasn't quite on target. Someone got there, it grazed someone else's car. That's a bad mistake as third man coming through. It does hit the crossbar, thankfully, for Team Name here. A wonderful redirect back the other way. Lunar comes in, spawns in from the corner as well, comes in for the middle. Lunar will pop that one up. Aqua was there for it as well. Turn from Swaz. Hazo, no boost as well. Knight coming back on it. Gets the 50 coming through. Just about 40 seconds left here for Team Name. Ended here in game 2. Knight coming through, crashing the net. No boost. Does get a touch. Away for Aqua. Back in the corner. 50 coming through. Once again looking for that clear, but can't follow up on it for Pyrex here. Long clear downfield, though. And 25 seconds left. Back to square one for Team Name.
Yeah, they're going to need to work around this sort of defense that they have been holding on for so long. Here we go then, look for the 50. The 50 is not great, but they should be able to clear it and at least give themselves a chance back at it. But it seems like Lunar and the gang have closed the gates on that one. They're looking for it. The redirects, they're not going to find the back of the net. They have full control, and it seems like this one will be able to shut down and go into a game 3 here. Pyrex able to secure the first one. The second one, actually. The first one of
The
this.
second one.
Yeah.
We do head to game 3 with a tied series, but it just didn't seem to go right for a team name. And that's
Yeah.
easy to say, but it just felt like even at the end there where the boost didn't spawn for, I think, two of the team name players actually were waiting for that boost just in different positions at different times, and it still didn't spawn. And I think that's just kind of representative, for what happened to that game too. Pyrex, I don't think they created much. I mean, they had 5 shots on goal. You mentioned before how many shots the team name had. That is ridiculous. Aqua by themselves has more shots than the entire team of Pyrex, and 13 saves on the scoreboard for Pyrex as well. I mean, that is just absurd. Save output, shot output, hanging on. They actually left team name scoreless in that game. They left them on 0. So heading into game 3, Pyrex need to keep that up because team name had a ridiculous amount of pressure.
Yeah, you'd have to really go over that one with a bit of a tilted sort of maneuvering brain right there, because it really was a bad sort of way to lose. An ugly one as well. You had the performance, you had the shots, you had the pressure, you had everything you could have wished for, but ultimately you never got the ball over the line. One counterattack, one mistake, one sort of exploit found from Pyrex, and they were able to snatch it back. Now your tournament life is on the line, and up against one of the winners of a RLCS Open qualifier. It has to be a dangerous one, as Knight is trying to put one over the board early on. He won't be able to, and it will just fizzle away into the other side for a counterattack. Let's get ourselves back into the action.
Yeah, this battle between the Giants will be interesting. Again, game 3. This is the qualifier for the top 8. If you lose, you don't make it. You don't get any prize money either as well. Now Swaz coming through, awkward in that Pyrex corner. Hazo will follow up on it as well. A big 50 back the other way. Swaz in a perfect position to redirect that one. Actually, Aqua made it much more difficult on themselves than it could have been. Mystical coming through, trying to get it on the back end. Aqua once again has boost this time though. In the air dribble. Scary for Pyrex here. Swaz gets one touch away, and it was enough off the pre-jump. Mystical once again up to the ceiling. Can they get it down to Swaz? That shot should be a save from Hazo there. They do get it out, and both teams trading blows so far in this first minute.
Yeah, it seems like that no one is letting up. They want to get that first game over on their side. What an error! How do you afford that?
This is game 3. When it all matters, that just can't happen.
A fake? And we'll call it a fake. That's the only way to get out of this one alive without getting roasted by everyone else. I mean, what a way to bring yourself a first goal. I mean, it feels like team name would say, we deserve this after what we went through in the previous game. Almost a shot found, almost a shot found again. The saves are there. It seems like we've switched roles here.
Yeah, that was a close one. I thought, oh, Buddy is cooked on the goal line there. Thankfully for them, they got it away by the skin of their teeth there. But Pyrex do not look up to give up here at all. Taking it to them in the midfield as well. Lunar trying to get something going here. Mystical, no follow-up on their second touch. Opting for their teammates to take it instead. Hazo approaching as well. Winning the 50 coming through. Some wall dashes to get past from Swaz. Trying to keep it in. Up for Lunar as well. Just trying to crash this team name net as much as possible. Put pressure on. Just a big miss from Mystical. It allows Knight to get it downfield. Gives Swaz some space though. Hazo once again a miss on that other side. Need to collect it on that left side there. Team name doing a lot, and they passed the danger zone where Pyrex really looked like scoring back.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's one of those sort of momentums that you really can't let go of in Rocket League. Once it's gone, it's hard to get it back. It's hard to get your opposing team into that state where they're looking for boost. You're perfectly starving them out with your rotations, but now they're back in it. Aqua looking for that opportunity, not able to make it happen. It will be Hazo to kind of work his way around it and try to potentially maybe just get a 50 or something on the other end. Pyrex trailing still by 1. They need something desperately because Knight is looking to shut it down. And team name, they're still looking for those offensive plays, but double commit could look to cost them here maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that double commit made me a little bit nervous. Thankfully for team name, no one from Pyrex was there to take advantage. A lovely flick off. From, no way, this is in off the crossbar. Can Knight get it down? Bonus was on the defense there. They had a bit of a nicer time. Hazo, I thought they were chill for Pyrex. Hazo, with the pinpoint control here, somehow finds a second.
How on earth are you able to make that happen on your own? You should have been covered off. You should have been denied. There's been so much space to rotate around and deny the backboard approach, but ultimately it wasn't enough. And that's doubling of a lead for Team Name. And ultimately, we haven't really seen that much of a lead in a while here in this series.
We really haven't. Lunar had an attempt there, but dealt with by the Team Name defense here. Someone to that one across the 6. No hesitation there, and they're back in it.
Speak of the devil, as soon as you mention him, he calls out and he's ready to get on the score sheet once more. The hero of Pirates might be there once more to kind of figure out what went wrong and how to make amends for it. Remember, we're going to be missing one of these amazing players. Well, all of these amazing players, 3 of them at least. And which side will take the initiative over again? Because it seems like Pirates have the momentum, but Team Name have the result.
And it was so important for Pyrex to score that first goal early here as well. Whoa! All important on this one. Lunar waited for it. The patience was so important, and they get the reward.
Yeah, they definitely do. The demo was clinical. Lunar playing that shot low as well, noticing that Aqua wanted to cover high, thinking that the teammate had low. Ultimately, the teammate was 6 feet under, and there was nothing left but ashes and dust off of that broken old engine. They need a little bit more time to recover and potentially grab themselves the lead that was stolen away by Pirates.
They absolutely were. Aqua dive on that one. And we're all even Steven here as well. I mean, I was going to tell you, Kiki, but how it was so important. Oh, Hezo could have another one here. Top right is the crossbar and the post where they meet. Coming down for Aqua. Can they get another one as well? Oh, they collaborate on that one. 1 minute left. I mean, look at this again.
I mean, the first 2 were errors, but this one, out of nowhere, Aqua reading the movements and trying to get that pinch around. That's the only way that shot goes in. No one had the angle, but together they created one.
That's ridiculous magic created by Team Name here. Aqua may be looking for another one. The signature move. 2-goal lead regained here. 55 seconds left. They just got to hang on.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think they're done here just yet. They're starting to style on them, and that's when they unleash their full potential, when they have the confidence behind them to make that happen. If they do continue the way they are, it seems like there's no stopping them, and I look forward to seeing them potentially in the playoffs bracket, although still 48 seconds left on the clock. It could be enough. Oh no, it's not! Aqua once more, he says it's done, and now I firmly believe so as well.
You know what? At the end of that call, I said they just gotta hang on. And, you know, as I'm saying that, right? I'm thinking to myself, you know what? That doesn't really make sense. They look like they're gonna score more. And then you say, you know what? They're probably gonna score more. Well, guess what? They heard me. I'll go put in another one. I mean, that was just a ridiculous shot as well. Spas does get one back. We do have a series, Kiki, but 40 seconds and 2 goals to go. That's a hard sell.
It definitely is. I mean, it has been 6 goals in the span of a minute. Let's see if any more are to follow. And if they are, Pyrex wants them in their favor. They need 2 and 40. We've seen many teams pull off such feats, but ultimately, we haven't really seen it here just yet. We've seen buzzer beaters, but 2 goals at disadvantage at 30 seconds. It doesn't seem as feasible as against Hazel, Knight, and Aqua, but we'll just have to wait and see as the pressure will keep on mounting.
And approaching 20 seconds left here. Looking to press that one fast. Mystical Lunar will get it all the way downfield. Long and high as well, off the ceiling for Hazo. Approaching 10 seconds. That's a wonderful pass from Swaz. The block from Knights was so important. It doesn't matter. Lunar will strike anyway, but will it matter in the end? 9 seconds left to do it all.
They give themselves a chance. All in blue. Pyrex are on a roll in terms of the goals. The momentum is favorably on their end. Will it be a kickoff strategy? Will it be some sort of individual star play? It's gonna be a kickoff strategy. Luna trying to get this side wall, able to get for himself, unable to, completely diminished by Hazo. 0 seconds will hit the clock. They're lacking the numbers. They have the possession, but they do not have it anymore. And it will be done. Curtains for Pyrex as Team Name move on to the playoffs.
Oh man, Team Name just putting on a show. And you know, that was a series, and we went into game 3. Team Name went up 2. We thought, okay, you know, you're really putting their footprint on this match. Then they came back for Pyrex. They came back, they made it 2-2. All right, we got a series once again. Team Name raised up the bar once again. They went, all right, bet we're going to be even better. We're going to do something even more special, and they get their reward. I mean, it wasn't a tight game at the end. They won by 2. They were at one point up 3, but then did concede a really nice goal, admittedly, from Pyrex. So, an ending deficit of 2. But I think Team Name just did so well. I'm really excited to see what they can do in that top 8 on Sunday, because this Swiss stage, Kiki, was so hard, so competitive. It was a journey for these teams. It was a journey for us. I'm sure it was a journey for the audience as well. But it was a fun journey. It was an enjoyable journey, and Sunday will be even better. What can I say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, commiserations to some of the teams that went out, and dare I say, we have another upset, but I'll keep that one for when we show the standings here at Tibbles. It's not a team that I expected to see go out, but they have. Commiserations to Lunar as well. They played exceptionally well alongside Mystical and the rest. I mean, it was just, they really did have the pressure. They had everything going for them. It's just ultimately those 2 mistakes early on. First off, whiffing the ball to a fake. Second off, they should have had that clear. Ultimately came down to that sort of one goal difference, sorry. And well, we had to say goodbye to them ultimately. But let's take one last look potentially at the standings if we can, to just go over those sorts of plays. And yeah, the result is kicking in the middle game. Obviously, we've seen that one just happen. Team Name have won it, and it was all concluded. Swiss stage is over, and yeah, there's the upset. Tag have been knocked out, and we will not be seeing them anymore throughout playoffs. The fan favorites, the actual favorites by seed.
Oh wow, I was just commending them as well. Go AJ and TKRL. I mean, I was just saying how well known they are. Their talent. Everyone knows what they can do on the pitch. To see them go out, Kiki, even in round 5, not something I ever expected. I fully expected them to see them on Sunday in the top 8. So yeah, a big loss there. But hey, that means another team can come in and impress.
Yeah, it was a bit of an unfortunate way to go through that, but ultimately there is 8 winners here, and they do deserve their sort of spotlight. Monkman securing the top seed alongside M80 with that 3-0 ratio. Blobs getting that sort of 3rd, 4th, and 5th alongside Lob and ET. Thrush, who have undoubtedly brought some skill, just judging by the fact they beat Tag, and well, I mean, they made it here and they deserve it. Mabo's minions with Knight, Kevin, and Scythe. Really excited to see more of these guys as well alongside Team Name. Knight, Aqua, and Hazo truly brought the pain in the end, and Aqua started showing moments of brilliance where he was able to just dominate. But Tibbles, take us through what we actually lost today.
Yeah, we're going to do 9 through 16 here. Didn't quite make the top 8. And I just want to say about Knight, Aqua, and Haza real quick. They snuck in at 8th for Sunday. I think this team is such a sleeper team to me. And I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that they're underdogs. I'm not saying that they, shouldn't have any success. What I'm saying is they seem kind of like a team where you go, okay, they could do pretty well. But I think they have the ambition, or excuse me, they have like the potential to do extremely well. I think they have, the potential to go really far. So we will have to see how they do on Sunday. But unfortunately for the people we will not see on Sunday, the teams rather lost causes. Unfortunately, I don't think we saw them on stream this last round. Lunar, Mystical, and Swaz, they are unfortunately out in round 5. Similar to that tag, we talked about them, TKRL, Guh, and AJ.
Wow.
As far as game 4, I really like this team coming in. Kazi, Og, and Skippy, know all of them fairly well, and have seen all of them play. I've casted all of them as well. I thought that was a decent team. I think they're a level below maybe these, B-tier professional players. I think they're a little bit more bubble focused, but it is still a good team. It's unfortunate to see them go out. Very entertaining as well. Us, we saw them one time on the stream as well in game 4, or series 4, excuse me. Crip Eric, Cryptic, Crypto, and Periscope, we didn't see them on the stream. And Resnal, Pigeon, and Lev, that was one of the teams that I had said kind of entertaining early on, wanted to get them on the stream. I don't think that happened. They only played 3 series, unfortunately, did not win any of them. And then Michigan State Green coming out for this tournament as well. And you know, a great attempt. We always love seeing these teams come out and try to do their best. But that is our 16, and now we only have 8 teams, Kiki. Really excited to see them on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be an incredible watch on that day. And well, favorably, they have a day's rest to kind of continue. We could take a cheeky look, if we would like to the already created playoffs bracket, because the seeding is already kind of kicked in. But we would have to kind of just wait while we get that one up real quick while we figure it out. But in the sort of same sense, it would be incredible to see. And I'm seeing already some matchups that would just say, oh, please don't let any of these teams go out just yet. We've only just started the sort of playoffs, but that's what seeding does to you. You don't get there via the 3-0 or the 3-2. You're going to be bound to go up against something like M80. You know, team name could be facing M80 for all of you know, but in that sort of same sense, that is what Rocket League is about. And any sort of thoughts to kind of get in there before we actually send this one, you know, back over to the actual highlights.
Yeah, so I think it can be interesting because, you know, you want to come into it, obviously you want to win, but yeah, when you go up against a really good team round one, like M80 and Trust Me, for example, right? They're looking at M80 and going, okay, I don't know about our chances for this one, and you can either rise to that challenge or let it take over you. You know, if you go into that series going, we're just going to do the best we can, generally I find that teams do better. So, yeah, I took a quick look at the bracket for Sunday as well. That should be really exciting, Kiki.
Yeah, absolutely. Once more, a huge shout out to League Trolli for making this possible absolutely for us and, you know, making this prize pool come to these players who also deserve it. And all of these players in the top 8 will get a portion of that prize pool. Be sure of that. They have fought to be here and they have deservingly so. They will deservingly so be rewarded depending on their actual placement. Even if they lose the first 2 rounds immediately, they still will get a portion of that prize pool. But yeah, once more, a huge shout out to League Trolli and go grab yourself a Trolli snack. Why not? They're delicious gummy worms. And well, yeah, it's been an incredible day. I have been Kiki. It's been an absolute pleasure to be your cast today alongside Tibbles as well. You can find us by !casters, and we also have Kasalin in the back with all the production and the theatrics necessary for your enjoyment. Thank you all for watching. We have been Frosty Esports, and now once again, stay frosty.
Through it the best that you can and qualify in those 3 rounds, but you know that is something to consider moving forward. Hockey moving forward though, bottom left finds the goal.
Oh, can he look to keep that sort of pressure going? There's gonna be a follow-up from Hockey as well, but there's simply no response just yet. Wait some.
Oh, coming through for sight. Put a shot in, could be top right. It will be.